Sunday, the 28th of May, and we're on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So let's have a quick recap of this market from last week in relation to our Sunday analysis, and then we'll have a look at the market for the trading week ahead. So last week, we were basically looking for pullbacks, make this a little bit bigger, into our key pullback levels. Now we had one, in fact, let's just mark this in properly. We had one up toward these levels here, down into the low of this previous swing. So we're taking this area here, the highs, the swing here, coming down, the market coming back up and testing here, breaking above, coming down and testing here. We then had toward the lows down here, and then we were further down into these levels right here now. The market came up, you can see, tested at these levels. We've seen the rejection, we came back up again, and we've seen the rejection. So the bearish price action thus far is coming into the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now, if we look on the daily time frame, it was a little bit more tricky. So the market came up. First of all, we were following a relatively tight trend line. Let me just mark it in right here. Market was coming up very, very strongly on the Monday. Tuesday, we've seen that nice reaction on the Australian dollar, US dollar, and then coming into Wednesday, expectation was of that move down to begin. But what happened instead was the market came down, found support, and rallied back up strongly. So Wednesday was really a little bit unexpected for me, at least. I wasn't expecting it to hold on the strong sloping support and resistance line. But that's exactly what we see. That's why it's important to just allow price action to tell you what the market is doing. When you're coming into trading, you're always doing your analysis. You always have an opinion of what is going to happen, but it's absolutely okay to be incorrect. The most important thing is when you're incorrect, admit it to yourself very quickly and adapt to what the market is then showing you. So we had the bullish movement on the Wednesday, but then on the Thursday, the bears stepped back in once again, and we have made a strong move down. And looking at Friday also, it looks like we are breaking this strong sloping support line. So for me next week, really, I'm still looking at the key levels up above. Now, if we can, let's go into the 4 hour quickly. If we can have some sort of a pullback, well, first of all, we have this level right here. This is basically the center, this area here, of as the markets came up, touched, came up and touched, it has created a double top. Double top with a lower second touch, giving you a little bit of confluence for that bearish movement. The markets came down. If we start to press up into 1 and 2, these two areas, 1 and 2 right here, this would really represent a retest of the central pivot of that double top. So I'm more than happy to look for those bearish positions here and here. And really, the preference is to sell this market next week. As long as we're holding below this sloping support and resistance, if we see pullbacks also that line up with that sloping support and resistance. So let's say coming into next week, we press up and you start to see reactions right here. It's a little confluence, added confluence. It's reacting with the sloping support or potentially reacting with that sloping support and resistance. Now you can also want to mark it in right here. So we've taken the pins here, and we're also taking the candle bodies as well. This is really the key areas for that sloping support and resistance. Now for buying this market, really, I'd only really be interested if we got all the way back down to these key levels right here, all the way down toward 7,400. As long as we're holding below this sloping support and resistance line, showing that bearish price action, for me, the next likely move is down toward that 7,400 tag. And the 7,400 area does become potentially a good area to look for those bullish bounces, as does the previous lows all the way down here strong swing down towards 7340 right here. And if we did see a particularly strong move down next week, we broke through this sloping support, it would become a good potential area of resistance for those continuation moves. So that's pretty much everything I am looking at for next week, guys. I hope you all have a good trading week. As always, I hope that was helpful. I'm James Orr, and thank you.